To the witness stand, and then before you have a seat, face Mr. Gamble and receive the oath, please.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Have a seat.
If you make sure you speak into that microphone, okay, because everybody needs to be able to hear you.
Ms. Pitts, could you please state your full name for the court?
Megan Nicole Pitts,
And Ms. Pitts, where are you from? Not where you're living right now, but where's your hometown?
Griffin, Georgia.
And where do you currently live?
Americus, Georgia.
And in Americas, are you attending college anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Where do you attend college?
Georgia Southwestern State University.
And where do you live on campus there at Georgia State Southwestern?
Yes, sir.
And where do you stay at? Where are you living at there?
I live in the dormitories on campus.
What's the name of that dorm?
Pines.
Did you previously live in a different dorm?
Yes, sir.
Back in 2024, January of 2024, which dorm were you living in?
Oaks.
And how long had you been in college at that time in January of 2024?
Roughly about half a semester.
Were you attending college under any kind of scholarship or anything?
Yes, sir.
What type scholarship?
I had multiple, but the biggest one was President Jimmy Carter Leadership Program.
Tell me, what is the Jimmy Carter Leadership Program Scholarship? What does it entail?
It's a group of students that go through an interview process, and they're selected from the incoming freshmen, and we are a service-based group that does community service throughout the year.
Do you have to have particular qualifications in order to be able to receive it, or is it just based upon the interview alone?
Particular qualifications.
What type?
You have to have a good grade point average, and you have to be a good leader.
Now, when you attended on the Jimmy Carter Leadership Program Scholarship, did you meet Trinity Poague at any time?
Could you repeat the name?
Trinity Poague. I want to call her Tiffany also. Trinity Poague, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
And does she live in the same dorm as where you were living in that January of 2014?
Yes, sir.
Her room compared to yours, how close was it?
Across the hall diagonally.
And so, not too far away?
Yes, sir.
You got to say yes or no for court reporter. Back on January the 13th, getting later into the day and night, bleeding over into January 14th, which would be the early morning hours, which you might commonly still think of the same Saturday night, but getting into Sunday morning. Did you hear anything that got your attention during the night while you were in your dorm? Well, first of all, were you in your dormitory during that time period?
Yes, sir.
And when you were in your dormitory during that time period, how late did you stay up that night on Saturday, January 13th? Do you recall?
I don't recall, but I remember being asleep and being woken up.
Okay, when you were sleeping, got awakened, what awakened you?
A baby crying.
Okay, was it, can you describe, I know a baby crying is a baby crying, I guess, but is there any way you can describe as far as volume or anything of that nature?
It was particularly loud considering I was across the hall.
Okay. Enough that it awakened you?
Yes, sir.
Now, after you heard the baby cry, was it just one cry, or was it baby crying, or what was going on?
It was continuous and then eventually stopped.
Okay. Do you know how long you heard the crying before it ceased?
I don't remember.
And was this in the middle of the night?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's all the questions I have, John.
All right, cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Ms. Pitts. The baby was crying that night, loud enough at some point to wake you up, right around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Is that about right? And you don't know how long he cried thereafter, but just until, I guess you said, until he stopped crying.
Yes,
right?
sir.
That wasn't the first time that baby had woke you up crying, was it?
No, sir.
Actually, he cried a lot when he was there around Miss Poague, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Every time.
Every time.
Yes, sir.
He actually behaved better and was calmer if, like, her roommate or somebody else was there that could help, tend to him instead of her having to do it, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
He responded better to other people than he did to her.
Yes, sir.
She told you at some point, or did she tell you that she had known that child for his whole life?
I don't recall.
You don't recall that? Do you remember interviewing with the GBI
Yes, sir.
agent over at the? I think y'all interviewed over in the police station on campus.
Yes, sir.
Interviewed with Special Agent Joe Chestnut.
Yes,
Does
sir.
that sound right? And I mean, there's an audio recording of it, not a video. There's an audio recording of it, but there's also a summary that the agent prepared, which is, his notes summary of the interview. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if I let you take a look at that for just a moment, do you think that might refresh your memory about whether or not she had told you anything about how long she had known the child?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, I object to using refreshment of the agent's notes to try to refresh her memory.
Well, it doesn't matter whose notes they are. I mean, anything that if the witness says that she believes it will refresh her memory, then
I think
it's
she can
permissible.
review the notes and then make if it will refresh her memory.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. Start maybe like right in here and read down 2 or 3 paragraphs. Just read to yourself. Not out loud. Do you have a chance to read over that?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, having done so, does that refresh your memory at all about whether or not she had led you to believe, or led everyone to believe certain information about how long she had known the child, things like that?
I remember her having conversations about describing knowing the child and helping take care of him, but I don't recall that particular conversation.
Okay, you don't recall a particular conversation where she said she'd known him his whole life.
Correct.
But you do recall conversations where she had talked about the child, taking care of him, and that sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
And where she'd seen him and taken care of him away from where y'all were, away from the dormitory.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Okay. All right. Ever hear her express any opinions of her own about the child?
Yes, sir.
What kind of opinions did she express about J.D. Angeles?
They were never directly to me, but they were in group settings, and she would describe
I'll
it.
object if it's not said directly to her. Now, you saying it's heard through a group but not from her?
I want you to clarify as to whether or not she heard it,
Yes, sir, I
not that
certainly
she heard
will.
it secondhand. Okay. And I do need you to speak into that microphone a little louder, okay?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Thank you.
When I ask you if you had heard her express any opinions about the child, you said in a group setting. Was it a setting where you actually heard what she said?
Yes, sir. It
Wait.
was in her room.
Okay, not her talking to someone else and them telling you she said something. It's something you actually heard. She just wasn't talking to you individually.
Yes, sir. It was a group of people in her room.
Gotcha. Okay. So what opinions did you hear her express about the child?
She was describing that she didn't particularly like him.
It sort of seemed obvious from her interactions with the child that his feelings